you know, there are four big areas, I would say, of violent discord between the U.S. and China. One area, obviously, is in economic trade, right? The idea,
That's what Trump is all talking about, right? That's
exactly
right.
the idea of the China shock, which took away 4 million manufacturing jobs and left many parts of Middle America hurting even today. The second is intellectual property theft, the idea that the Chinese got to where they are by stealing American technology. The third is human rights. That fundamentally, this is a struggle between democracy and autocracy. Obviously, many people view it, if you phrase it that way, as a struggle between good and evil, existential struggle to the death. And then lastly, it's one around Taiwan and a potential nuclear confrontation between the two superpowers. So I want to preface, by saying another thing I think most people shy away from. We are at war with China today. The U.S. is engaged in a media war, in a currency war, in a technology war, and most people believe in a proxy war over Ukraine. The only war we're not engaged in today is a kinetic war, armed conflict involving two nuclear superpowers, right? And we are dangerously close to sleepwalking into that war. So I'll give you some examples of the wars that America walked into. Went into Iraq under the assumption that there were weapons of mass destruction. There weren't. We went into Afghanistan under the assumption that in order to defeat Al Qaeda, we must defeat Taliban. That was not true, right? And harken back to the Vietnam War, we went into Vietnam believing the assumption that if South Vietnam fell, all of Southeast Asia would fall, just like dominoes, right? Which was not true. When South Vietnam fell, Thailand did not fall, Indonesia did not fall, Philippines did not fall. Nobody fell in Southeast Asia.